objective is to find and kill assigned targets. Avoid being killed by other players.
What's going on, guys? Wayne here, and welcome to another video. And I'm bringing you some Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer. We are in deathmatch. We are in Fort Wilcock. I'm playing as the bear Boo Boo, which I really rarely play with, and I think this is actually my first YouTube video playing as him. I think, if memory serves, I'm not too sure. In this match, I am joined by the Nameless Ninja, who's one of my subscribers, and if you're watching this, thank you so much for taking part. You know, thank you so much for having a few games with me. It was an absolute dream. And as well, in this match, we are joined by a member of Dio. You know, that clan run by that completely insane lunatic psycho bitch who honestly thinks that she's achieved something in the world just by getting to 99 prestige. Wow, what an achievement. I'd like to see that on a fucking CV. Lazy ass. Oh, and I got to fucking 99 prestige on a competitive multiplayer game. Oh, yeah, that'll definitely get you a fucking job in this world, won't it? Daft bitch. Anyway, I digress. Big style. Anyway, today, oh, compose yourself, Wayne, for fuck's sake. I know you want to take the piss out of people, but goddamn. Anyway, today I want to talk a bit about next gen, because E3 is only a couple of days away, and all the news that has come out about the consoles, we're going to get no more news about the next gen consoles now till E3, especially now with Microsoft with their recent blog and their breakdown of all the awesome features that are part of the Xbox One. Features like, oh, the Xbox will connect every 24 hours, and if it doesn't connect, you cannot play anything. You can't play any games. You can still watch TV and Xbox TV and all that stuff. Like, that's a bit weird. You can still watch Blu-rays and DVDs, but you can't play games. Sorry, but that mathematical equation does not make a fucking lick of sense. I can still watch your Sky TV services, but I can't play a single player game. What? Seriously? And even better, if you're playing Xbox One, if you're playing your friend's Xbox One on your account, you have to have it connect every hour, on the hour, or like every hour, just to basically verify. The whole thing is to basically prevent you from using used games, using new copied games, or hacking the console. And personally, it's a bit overkill, in my honest opinion. I mean, you know, the console will still get hacked. It still will. Like, seriously, there's nothing you can say or do to prevent this fucking thing being hacked. There will be a way, because in the end, there are smarter fucking people than the twats that built the Xbox One out there, and will take that thing apart, hack it, and fucking unlock it to make sure that it doesn't always have an always online requirement, and you can still play single games. It will happen. There is no arguing with the idea. But the whole used game thing, you know, yeah, you can trade in used games, but you can only do it in participating retailers. So the big companies like GameStop, Game, and probably sub-companies like Granger Games, who are my gaming store, you'll probably still be able to trade in your games there, but you can only do it with games that the developer, the creator of those games, will allow you to. So if Ubisoft allow their games to be traded in, yeah, great. But if EA says, oh, you know all them FIFA games that we release every year, you can't trade them in, sorry, tough shit. So sooner or later, you'll have a big stacking catalogue of FIFA games. But to counterbalance that, they've allowed the feature to trade games with your friends. You can cancel your license on that particular game, give the license to another friend, and your friend can download that game and keep it. Like, yeah, that's a cool little feature. I wish that was on Steam. If you've had enough of a game and you want to give it to your friend, you know, no aggro, great, done. But you can only do that action once. I would love that feature to be on Steam. But yeah, and the always online connect, the always plugged in connect, I should say, because it's not always online now. There actually is a feature to turn it off, which is random, because it has to be plugged in. Anyway, how can you have a machine, a piece of hardware that needs to be plugged in constantly, but it's turned off? You know, how can you allow it to be turned off, but it has to be plugged in anyway? The problem that I have with the Kinect is that it is a separate piece of hardware. You know, it's a fucking big-ass webcam, a brick of a webcam that will sit on top of your TV or sit on the shelf or whatever. If that thing falls off for whatever reason, or breaks, or there's a tear in the wire, you know, you're fucked. Are Microsoft gonna sell Kinect separately? Are they going to be selling them at retail, or do you have to go straight to Microsoft for it, or any of that stuff? A lot of the things that have come out of this recent blog, which you can check out if you click the link in the description below, it gives us more fucking questions than answers. But where do I sit on this? Where do I sit on this? Well, in the end, I think Microsoft have fucked up big style. I mean, they've done too much too quick. I knew a lot of smart gamers and a lot of, you know, journalists and people who know the industry well, you know, and the whole business side of it, knew all this stuff was coming sooner or later. I just think Microsoft have dived in head first way too quickly. Gamers are a delicate lot. I mean, people go on and say, oh, PC do this, you know, like PC, you buy a game, you can't trade it in, and once you've got it, it's done, and like some games have always online and all the rest of it, and it's like, yeah, okay. But you had services and providers, great providers like Steam, basically holding your hands going, see, this whole digital thing, this whole, you know, online stuff, it isn't that bad, is it? And look at all these great sales we have, all these great Steam sales and these bundles. Steam was holding PC gamers' hands, and there is, and probably isn't, going to be anything like this for the console transition. It's too much, too fast, and it's bad news, but because consoles have been in this flux since the original generation, the first generations of consoles, where if you have a game and you complete it, or if you don't want to play it again, or if you just think it's shit, you trade it in for something better, or trade it in for cash to save up for an alternative. You know, it's one small part of a system that console gamers have been with for a very long time, and there's been no change. Going into the next gen, Microsoft have done too much too fast. A lot of smart people know this is the way we were going to go. We were always going to go to always online, you know, at some point, or something similar, and digital downloads like discs will be a thing of the past, you know. We all knew we were going to get to this nexus sooner or later. Microsoft have just forced it way too much. But the major question is, what is Sony's position in all of this? And we don't know, because Sony have kept quite stum on all this. I think they're pretty much just sitting back watching Microsoft hang themselves, watching Microsoft's Xbox hardcore gaming audience slowly but surely go, we're getting a PS4. And then at E3, Sony will answer a lot of the questions and sort out all the stuff. Hell, even Microsoft have cancelled their roundtables and all of their private interviews with media journalists and all the rest of it. Everything's been cancelled. The round table, the private interviews, they've cancelled everything because basically they've cocked up and they're trying to sort out all this collateral damage. And they said that they're going to only be focusing on games. Yeah, because that's all they can do, and personally I don't think it matters. You know, the majority of the fan base have made up their minds, and they think what Microsoft's doing is bullshit, or they're not happy with one or two bits of it, or they just think it's all pathetic. You know, people have their reasons, and a lot of people are going, we're getting a PS4. But so far, Microsoft, bad news. But we'll see what happens at E3, and odds are Sony might have something similar. We will wait and see, but I can happily tell you right here, right now, whatever the hell is implemented, I'm fine with it. I really am. And I'll be getting a PlayStation 4 regardless. You know, I knew all this stuff was coming, so I've anticipated it. I've anticipated all this, and it's already softened the blow. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, and as always, guys, take care, be safe, and I will see you in the next one. Love you all, guys. Wayne out. Peace.